Hey everyone, it's James George with Creative Beacon, and this week we're going to talk about alignment inside of Illustrator. Illustrator has a lot of great little tools for making sure that everything is aligned how you want it to be. And let's take a look at some of those. So let's say with this first group here that you wanted to align these so that they were centered or that they were aligned at the top or the bottom. Up at the top, you have these different options for alignment. So if you want to align these to the top, you would select this item. The bottom would be this item. Now you see what happened was this popped everything down to the bottom of your artboard. If this happens to you, what this means is that you have you'll want to check this little icon here because it says align to artboard, and if you click and hold on that, you can set it to align to a key object, or you can have it aligned to a selection. So let's change that to align to selection and hit Command Z. We'll reselect those. And so what happens is when we choose our alignment options again, they all align within the relative distance of the space that they take up. And you can align them in the center or the bottom. So that's pretty simple. Another thing that you'll want to consider is that this option bar at the top doesn't give you all of the tools for alignment. If you go to Window, Align, there's a panel right here called the Align panel, and you have two more little options down here called Distribute Spacing, and you can set the values for spacing that you determine. So that's pretty handy. So let's take a look at distributing things horizontally. You can see that some of these have a lot of space in between them, some of them have a little. If you want them to be equal, then you'll use the distribute values here. And so these will horizontally distribute referencing the left edge. So if you have objects that are different sizes, then it will take the left edge of that object and every object after that and determine how it's distributed. If you want everything distributed based on the center, then it will look at the center of the object and determine how much is equal spacing between these two. And so you can see that that doesn't change because these are the same size. So let's go back here and change some sizes. You can see what I mean. So we'll actually align these to the center, and you can see that they sort of overlap. You can also see how this affects things. Even though these are distributed along the center of the objects, you can see that visually they may not have as much space in between them. That's because of the way they're being referenced. The same goes for the center. If you change your alignment to, let's say, the artboard, you can get a better idea of how this will affect your objects and the alignment of them. Hopefully that will help you when you're trying to align multiple objects inside of Adobe Illustrator. I find this very handy, and I use this quite often. So hopefully, if you don't know it's there, it'll be really useful to you. That's about it for this week. I'm James George, and this is Creative Beacon.